How you doing, American DOS? My subscribers, how you doing? It's Harper. I'm back. If you have not shared the videos, press the like button, and subscribe to my channel. I'm sure you would enjoy these commentaries that's going on, and it helps. We need to proxy each other. Share your thoughts in the comment section. We getting ready to talk again. I'm back again. I want to talk to you about loyalty. I want to talk to you about words too, also, but loyalty. That's the topic. Loyalty. Loyalty. What is loyalty? When you be loyal to somebody or you have loyalty. That's dignified, right? Loyalty? Loyalty. Oh, wow. So when you go to work, ADOS, when y'all go to work and you be loyal over a job, or loyal in your expertise, you reign success in terms of how you paid. That's loyalty. They're giving you your check. That's loyalty. It's standing firm in an exchange, and being reciprocating in the place you should, basically. And that's not what Wikipedia say, but we all know what loyalty means, right? So our system in loyalty has not been loyal to us. Loyalty is when you, say you're driving a car and something happened, and you get broke down somewhere or something happened where you have to call a friend. And the friend say, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And they never show up. They was not loyal to you. So now you're left to shake this another way. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Figure out what you're going to do. Figure out what you're going to do. But then you say, I have a bunch of more friends that I call and they do the same thing. Or somebody finally get there, or I make it halfway by walking, or this is what sort of similar to the situation that ADOS has been putting in terms of how we exchange in our society. Because of who we are and because of what we have as a justice claim and because of who we are and our plight or what we really are and what we represent to this society. So the loyalty, the system has not been loyal. So when I say that, it's not an imagination or my opinion. We have to look at the facts. This is what get people. Now we can insert our opinions as we become more relevant in the space that we're in, and that's fine. Your opinions do matter on a lot of levels, but the facts is what's solid. So the fact of the matter is we have a justice claim that have not been attained by us. We have an inheritance that has been denied to us, that have not been given to us, and we have suffered under those circumstances. We have suffered under those circumstances, and that means that, just say for instance, you out there, you walking around, you ain't got what you supposed to have, you ain't got food, and you in that place, and people come up, they have what you want, but you got to do something strange to get it. That's kind of being able to exploit somebody. So that comes with the drugs inserting. Crack cocaine, they had to do something strange to get money, right? But they didn't have to do it. Because some people going to say, oh, they could have went to a job. They could have went to did this. But, okay, but you put this there, not only for them to make money off of it, but for them to come addicted to it and start using it. And then now they throwing away their life or their children's lives and it's just become a war. So they open to this conspiracy now because they weren't necessarily positioned in the places they should have been in throughout the neglect and the wrongdoing and the wrongful anchor of the government. Because these people have an inheritance. They went through sufferings. Oh, yeah. They had land, they had communities, but the United States allowed it to be bombed and destroyed. So they don't reflect any wealth. But they do reflect integrity. A lot of them are doctors and lawyers, and some of them are overclass. But now, because we are in this position, as positionality, we are in this position, and now, so the ones who become overclass say, oh, I don't want to associate with that group I came from. It's horrible to be them. So let me decide with these people because now I'm in this great position. In terms of overclass, it could be dignitaries. Like, just say, for instance, the Democratic Party. I'll continue to help y'all redline these people because I don't want to reflect them because I might lose my position. Anything can happen to me. See, this is what the conspiracy we've been anchored around because of neglect and denial of what's rightfully belonged to us and what rightfully we should have as a people that exchange in America. This is the things that people do in America to put them in spaces where they're relevant and important. They compensate them for what they owe. They are loyalty. They have loyalty for these groups. But we have not had the reciprocation of loyalty in the system which we built, in the system which we cater to pay taxes. So we are up against something that we competing against with no weapons. We just coming out. We got to be a strong people. So we don't have the material or the tangibles to be at the meet in this society, but yet we're still here. So I give us a pat on the back for that, because everybody else is exchanging in this society. Whether they spoiling their kids, they run around getting loans, buying businesses over our heads before we become reckoning with. That's appalling. And we the ones that have to be alarmed about this. Because if you don't say nothing, who gonna care? Just like Yvette Cornell was saying, who is gonna care about you in recognition to her? Who? Nobody. So we have to be able to be first about our situation. And we can't do that if we dilute with other people's concerns, or the concerns that we have shaped to worry about other people. Like these culture things that we design, what we talking about globally. And we have not yet even been rectified at home. This is what the conspiracy that we have been even associated with it ourselves throughout what we have experienced. So we have been positioned and subjected to this through our denial and neglect in terms of government policy. And this is bigger. So the loyalty hasn't been there. So this is what we're doing. Positionality again. And we have to position ourselves, because now the reason we have the respond we do is because we chose to snowball into a unity. So that's positioning. Now, and it took the science of things to position. It took words. And this is what I mean by words. When I was young or growing up, when I became unhinged, sometimes I'd be short fused about using terms and how to deal with the situation, just go off. And my mother, she's a very dignified lady. She's a dignified lady. And she came to me and she said to one time, when she saw that happen in a family meeting, she said to me, there are too many words in the dictionary for you to be using that language like that. There are too many words in the dictionary. Because I had a relevant cause for the situation I was in. But I couldn't get my point across because I wasn't lining up with what needed to be said and what actually happened by not using words. So it's important that we learn, and it's important that we respect the people who are in the awareness in the position in terms of their expertise to be able to use these words. Because one word is called ADOS, and that word is an acronym. Now, it's an acronym, it's a title. It's something that's relevant in this space. And hopefully, soon, this will be a thing that we've conquered. And we can look at these and say who were in the fight, because this is real. And we live in a space where we have suffered in conspiracy due to non-loyalty. We built the country. We were supposed to be released and freed and have land to be able to operate and take care of ourselves. And that got denied. So we still were held like cattle and like people that were subjection to servitude. Folks working on the plantation still, sharecropping and working for $1 a week and hungry, can't really do nothing else. These people knew what they were doing, and then subject to all kind of abuse, killings and stuff by having a land and having a business to take care of themselves and reflect community for their own self. And so this is the thing experience. And now we're up to a place where we have not yet been rectified. And so in terms of this generational wealth, as we are up against, and other people are coming in our system, in our society, in our democracy, being favored. And that's immigration and illegal immigration right in our faces without this government reckoning with us first. So we have to be the voices of that. That's why it's so important we are here. So in terms of, as it pertains to them coming here, being in this space also has opened up and allowed the further carry on the conspiracy of defying our presence and things like that, using terms or and perpetuating the image and everything upon us because we were not validated or reckoned as important people by our own government, even though we may be doctors and lawyers and upstanding people. Now, we all know that the war on drugs was inserted in the community, in black communities, where people were there and they running around dealing with the loss of their integrity, the loss of their very lives, looking everything but dead, standing on the corner, asking for money and food, and being they are a I would say victims of the war on drugs. So this is what's going on. But however, we don't want that situation to reflect us as in the masses of it being us. And then our children running up now want to work with their hands. They want everybody want to be a rapper or a baseball player. Their position and subjected us to a place of servitude. So they're entertaining them with music that turn up our community. That all the stuff that recites through that music make us feel like we got to be at war and stuff like that, like gangster rap. Now, I'll say music is good. I love good music. But we, in this situation, have basically cling to that. A lot of our kids wanting to be that, and a lot of that is not good stuff. And it's not the necessary music; it's the words they say saying in some of the songs. And what they're doing is rapping about the wrongful anchor of who we were and are. They rapping about the war on drugs. They singing about these things and they glorifying it. So this is what get them money. And this is all the conspiracy of us being without what we have so we can have a proper exchange in terms of business. Because we lost all of that due to it being forced away from us and on the brutalization and heinous acts of racism, institutionalized racism. And now, we don't have those things to exchange in terms of community, whether it be our reparations on the protected class citizenship, whether it be us to reflect on places like Black Wall Street that was bombed, those communities that were basically functioning areas and cities of black prestige, all that stuff was destroyed. So we had to live knowing that we can't reflect on an engine that supports us. So we lost out here and we have to denounce our own blackness a lot of time to be in certain spaces. That's why the Democratic Party and other people constantly help the powers that be redline us and gatekeep us from what we're supposed to have, because what they're doing is denouncing their blackness. But they'll use it in order to elevate whereas concern getting a vote. Like people, and all people use it, not even just black folks. Like it should be offensive. People like Hillary Clinton going around talking about she got hot sauce on her bag. And, Kamala Harris around there laughing and getting it like a gay school whore, talking about she listened to Tupac and smoke weed. That's offensive. Now, you want to get my vote by buffooning like that, but you don't want to get my vote on a serious agenda. Things that really concern me and that's going to make me better, that can reckon with me. So that's offensive. That's foremost, it's like you're dealing with monkeys, right? I hate to say that, but it's true. So we have to understand that waking up to this cause is very urgent and very imperative that we understand that this agenda and that we have right here that snowballed us into unity is very effective and very dear to us. So we have to engine it, polish it in, and keep it well and healthy. And that means continuing to be in unity, okay? Because this is serious. Of course, other groups want to be us. They want to be trendsetters. They want to have our swag. They want to be black don't crack because we still look young. But you can't deal with black people like you're dealing with children because we look young. It's not our fault that black don't crack. So anyway, I'm proud of that. But anyway, we have to understand the importance of who we are and what we're actually dealing with here. Because we are dealing with a crisis in terms of even how people look upon us in our identity. We have a situation where people are speaking other languages like Spanish and calling us the monkeys and N-words and stuff. And one of my neighbors, he was involved in that, a black man, and he spoke fluent Spanish. He met his wife. And they was in a store. And I don't know what made them go in a certain store. It was kind of like a Honduran or Venezuelan enclave in illegal areas where it's sanctuary. Okay? We all know that's that's unfortunate too. But anyway, my neighbor and friend was over there, him and his wife, and this little Venezuelan girl and the Venezuelan mother was in line in front of them, and the little girl was speaking in Spanish, saying, "Mommy, mommy, look at the monkeys." And yeah, mommy, mommy, look at the monkeys, and she was in Spanish. And the mother recited on while she was on the phone. She did that to the little girl. She kind of like did that, and she said on the phone that oh, this is just my daughter. She can't stop pointing at the monkeys. And so the black couple became a little bit, they came unhinged and started bickering about this. And so they approached the situation to reckon with it. And the manager or somebody came up and was kind of like saying something about it and was telling the Venezuelan woman, did you not know that he spoke Spanish? And the Venezuelan woman said, oh, no Spanish. And the black man started speaking in Spanish and reciting what she and her daughter had said. So the husband, when they went, they tried to walk out the line, but they brought their husband in as he came in and asked what's going on. And the black man was speaking Spanish. So the Venezuelan husband understood what the black man was saying. So he came and reckoned with the black man, and the Venezuelan husband was angry. And the black man was speaking in Spanish and let him know what his wife and daughter was saying. So he immediately, the Venezuelan husband, grabbed his daughter, pulled her to him, and whooped her and spanked her in front of everybody. And he was very angry with this, and very angry with this. So it was almost like he didn't sign off on these behaviors. But the black man said to the Venezuelan husband, no need to whoop her right here. Just need to understand this is something she got from home. This is something she got out here in the public area facility, and calling us monkeys, and your wife repeating that. And so the owner, the manager, was in shock. He was in like, and he took a picture of the woman. And he said, "You are not welcome in the store anymore." Now this is what happened in an immigration enclave. So because you're my color, you get referred to as a monkey by people that's coming here for a better life. Offer my resources. Offer the things that we fought for. Able to access this United States government through the Immigration Act of 1965. Dr. Martin Luther Jr. King's regime. Able to parrot organizations that only the civil rights support and affirmative actions. But you can come here and refer to me as a monkey. But you can come from a poor village that you don't even have running water or good plumbing, and gangs are taking over, and you eating stale fish or something, and you suffering to get here, crying and scratching claws at the Guatemalan gate to get here. But you can refer to me as a monkey. And I think that this is what happened. Our system has promoted these behaviors by putting us in this conspiracy and not having not reciprocating the loyalty that they're supposed to have due to us being anchored in this system the wrong way as a group through our chattel slavery and institutionalized racism. So we have not been given what we're supposed to be given. So we left open to conspiracy. And then other people come here and feel like they can access wealth through being us as a minority, using the word minority, to access what we have. And then get on top of us to access whiteness or wealth. That means slave traders in this country had wealth and they still have it and have not ashamed to us properly. So the United States government has a choice to make. Okay? And that means giving what's rightfully owed to the people. And that's our inheritance that suffered and their ancestors. So they come here and they being able to access things through our coattail and then turn around and regurgitate talking points that are against us, that can deface our humanitarian, our integrity, our dignity. So what makes you think when they grow up, they're going to be the same way? Now, they parrot in our government because they are here on the 14th Amendment. So they become legal. And now we got people like Angela Cortez going around asking for reparations for Latinos. You don't get to ask for reparations. You were not anchored in this country enslaved. You were not, there was no humanitarian crime committed against you. You already have DACA. And that's another thing we need to talk about. Obama was not a black man in America. He was a immigrant also. And he had a white mother and a Nigerian father, so he didn't share our plight. He was married to ADOS. So he over here in Chicago, remember, learning how to be a black man. So they look at us like a science project. They studying us. So he learned that. So he did a little swag and sung Amazing Grace and did a little Isley Brother tune, and he walked with a glide, because you know we got a hell of a swag. And he walks with a glide. So he was finessing us to make us reflect that he's one of us. So, he a black man, you know, but he didn't share our plight, because he said he had to go to Chicago to really resemble, or to really understand what it's like to be ADOS in the community where you are not the overclass. And even the overclass have to suffer, because it's been such a conspiracy. They cannot reckon with us in terms of them being in those places and accessing this type of wealth that resemble to white America, because now they have to say, well, I can't reckon with these people because I'm safe, like almost like a house Negro. So their legacy is terrible as well. So we came to open that up. That's what we're doing. And that's what we intend to do. This is what's happening, and this is the real truth. And this is divine. This is divine purpose. This is divine. So I appreciate this, and I'm on board. It's a lot of stuff I could be talking about, but I choose to do this because I know we important, and this is imperative and essential right now for what's really going on. Positionality. How we've been positioned is in dire situation in terms of business. And we got to understand what we've been locked out of and how it moves. It don't just move by what we feel. We got to look at the facts and what's on the board in terms of government policy. So it is dangerous for us to be in a political system and not having any political awareness of what's really going on. Because you can execute people like that. You can push them all the way out. And that's not what we don't have a low IQ like that. We just been dealt with in militant force. Our leaders were assassinated. So we kind of got positionality and subject to a quiet place of servitude. And that's not what we want. And that's not what we're going to embrace. This is not what we're doing right now. So thankful for ADOS. So we have to remember to keep going and keep understanding the positionality and understanding our unity. Our snowballing of unity, and this is what positions us. We center around the acronym and under the headline and the meaning of what it represents. And we continue on. But yes, I give much clout out to Sandy Darity, Yvette Cornell, Antonio Moore. You guys have been able to subject yourselves to the integrity and the humility of us throughout your expertise. And we understand, and we proxy behind it. We rally with you behind it, and we come and we bring our gifts and our moral compass as a reign, as a tangible source of unity, of allianceship, so that we understand that this is something that has to be done. And I appreciate you guys for joining me. I want to talk to you more, but let's remember, we are here, and we coming, but now we here. So us black people in this country that represent trendsetters and beautiful people, writers and lawyers and doctors, we have been too quiet about what concerns us. And we have to have a pursuit of what we are due. And that's what we are doing. That's what we're doing right now. So much love to my family and friends and family. I love you. I said I was going to be here 25 minutes, so that's basically what I did. I want to share with you guys and continue to share with you guys. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. This is Harper with Community First. We're looking up. So subscribe to my channel. Let's share a commentary. And guys, thank you for joining me. This is Harper, Community First. Thank you.